What's going on, everybody? The Boxing Source here checking in, and I got a great guy here with me, great guest here with me, had on here through the Boxing Source before. It has a big fight coming up on February 8th over in Manchester against Derek Chisora. Currently with a record of 27-2 with 15 wins by way of knockout. Currently residing in the New York City area, hailing from Sweden. It's all in. Otto Wallin. What's going on?
Uh, Everything's good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just coming off the announcement there of you facing Derek Chisora on February 8th. I know that the event is termed The Last Dance in reference to Derek Chisora. But you're coming in there. You're prepared for this particular fight, and definitely in there to get the win. So how are you feeling? Coming off the press conference there in Manchester, and getting back over stateside.
I'm feeling good. I think it's a good fight for me. I was happy to get the offer to fight Chisora, and it wasn't a hard fight to make. So we made it happen in a few days, and now we're here. So I feel good. I'm already, in pretty good shape, and now we have 10 weeks from today. So it's great. It's actually more time than I've really ever had, maybe. So it's really good for me, and I'm gonna be in perfect shape for the fight.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. You had that announcement, or you pretty much got that phone call, as you mentioned there, around November 22nd, and you said, it only took like a few days to make that fight happen. So it's like, you got November 22nd, then the press conference there. That was about the 27th or something like that. So that gives you, all that time to properly prepare, for this particular fight, as far as like being there, in New York City, around that area, and then traveling over to the UK for the fight. So, that's very good for you in this case.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's really good. I'm happy with it. And now it's just time to put the work in and perform on February 8th.
Yeah. Now, on that particular press conference, you said there that Derek Chisora brings the fight, and that you're walking into the Lions Den, but you're ready for it. You think that he's an entertaining fighter. He goes to war in all of his fights, but he has a style that suits you pretty well. Kind of like go into that a little bit as far as like the contrasting style, because he likes to get in and try to get to the inside and work to the inside. But you're a tall guy there, of course, at like 6'5", so you can use your range and distance to kind of like pick him off before he tries to get to the inside.
Right. He's definitely gonna bring it. He's gonna I'm sure be aggressive, try to get to me, hit my body, rough me up a little bit. And that's the type of guy he is. He wants to make it a fight because that's better for him since he's shorter. So I just got to use what I'm good at. Got a good jab, good feet. So gotta use that, but also hit him with some good shots so to gain his respect and to
Yeah,
make him doubt himself a little bit, coming in just walking in.
yeah, it's got to be a lot different there than the Joe Joyce fight, because you have Joe Joyce that was pretty much around that same height there, 6'5", 6'6", but didn't necessarily use that reach and that range there against Derek Chisora, and he constantly allowed Derek Chisora to get to the inside of him there. So that's one thing that you got to watch out for. I know that you bring up your trainer there, Joey Gamache, and of course he's a very great trainer there, and a great fighter when he was around. Like kind of going to how you've been preparing for like a fight of that particular style of Derek Chisora.
I think actually, like, this is a good style for me, and has always been since I started boxing. And uh, we have I think we have a good idea of what he's gonna try to do, and we're just trying to neutralize him and bring it to him a little bit, and just want to make a statement here, and then I would like to take him out. So you gotta go in there and just be sharp, be ready at all times, and also don't be afraid to rough him up a little bit.
Yeah, gotcha. Now, this is part of the thing with you getting up there in the heavyweight rankings. Currently, as far as I know, on the WBC, you're ranked number 11, and also number 11 in the WBO, and ranked number 12 in the IBF. And I feel like I think Derek Chisora is in some of those rankings as well. So, this particular fight could get you up there as far as like building up in the rankings within those boxing organizations, and soon fight some of these contenders there once again. Either if it's a contender that you fought before, or somebody that maybe you haven't gotten in the ring with to get you back in the world title mix.
Right. I think it's like you say, it's a good fight for me to get up the rankings, get a win here, and just move up, and then hopefully land something bigger and just keep climbing. So yeah, that's all part of why this is a good fight for me, I think.
Gotcha, gotcha. A quick shout out to Hakan's Ringside Live here in the live chat. He says, best of luck to you there, Brother Otto. He says, see you in Manchester on fight weekend. Yeah, he agrees that, this is a good fight style-wise for you here going up against Derek Chisora, coming up on February 8th in Manchester. Now, they're building this as like a farewell tour there for Derek Chisora. They had that title there, The Last Dance. And, one of the things that hold on there, you got me?
Oh, I got you now. Yeah, I was breaking up.
Yeah, okay. Now, what's saying there, when it came to that press conference, Derek Chisora kind of jabbed and said, hey, don't let a 41-year-old man beat you. Could you say something in reference to that? Because it was like he was talking about the age difference.
Yeah, he don't have to worry. I won't let a 41-year-old man beat me. But it's more than that. They say it's his last dance. That is his last fight in the UK. So obviously he's at the end of his career, and it's not my last dance. So I'm happy to just send him off to the sunset.
Yeah, gotcha. And other thing too is, with him, he kind of like has, and you kind of mentioned it before the press conference, that you don't know what type of Derek Chisora you could get. You could get like a calm, cool, chilled out Derek Chisora, or you could get a Derek Chisora that'll lift the table and throw a table up out of nowhere or something like that. Kind of going to, face a guy there that might have like a bit of unpredictability when it comes to outside the ring, or the build up to a fight, and trying to intimidate his opponents.
That's who he is. Sometimes he's happy, sometimes he's mad, and most of the time he's a little bit crazy. But that's all part of his style, and he tries to intimidate you and show that he's a tough guy. I just for myself, I just like to focus on me. Just be ready, be myself at all times, and then just handle my business in the ring.
Yep, for sure. And like I said, you had that fight there, February 8th, 2025, the Co-op Live Arena there in Manchester against Derek Chisora. Now, a few months ago, you had a fight there against Ariarme, if I got that name right. But kind of going to fighting or getting that bout in the ring there on July 26th, because one thing I kind of stress out there for fighters is to try to get as many fights as possible, within a year, depending on the type of fight or the magnitude of the fight, but at least, try to get 2 or 3 fights a year, or try to get, something in to, get yourself in the gear. Because it's one thing, to be in the camp or to be in training and to be in the gyms, but it's a whole nother thing to actually be in a ring in a fight. So, even though, it was like one round, like kind of going to like being able to have that fight and have that happen.
Yeah, it is very important to stay active and be fighting in the ring. It's obviously the best training you can get is to actually fight, because that's what you want to be good at. So it was good. It's not just the fight this fight lasted less than a minute, but it's just everything around it too. You go through training camp and even just walking to the ring and everything around it, and handling every emotions that comes up. And I think it's more than just that the fight was short, but it was just good, go in there, get some confidence, and just get out there again, and then move on. And so I think it worked out perfect. And now perfect timing. We got this fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Now, also like one of the bigger stories there that was coming off the press conference, and one thing that was brought up there during the press conference was you having your team as far as like your manager, of course, your lawyer there, and working with your trader there, Joey Gamache there, but you had the previous experience there with promoter Demetrius Salita, and this was before the fight that you had with Anthony Joshua, that you said that you were a free agent there, and Jarrell Miller kind of like brought that up at one point, as he was originally slated to be the opponent there for Derek Chisora, but it ended up not happening. And as you said, he got the call there November 22nd. Took a few days to get the specifics of the contract, and you were able to get it done there. Could you go into that a little bit and what that entailed?
Well, Jarrell said that his promoter Dimitri Salita messed it up for him, and it's unfortunate because I'm sure that this is a fight that Jarrell wanted, and it's a tough position for him to be in. I really hope that things work out for him and that he can move on and progress his career. So it's a difficult game, the boxing, the business of boxing.
Yeah. That's the thing about it. It's one thing to actually handle things inside the ring, but outside of the ring, it could be a completely different story depending on who you work with or who your team is, and that type of thing. And that could either get you to good heights, or put you in a position where you could be stuck in a sense. You know what I mean? So I guess that's kind of like the situation there, at least currently for Jarrell Miller. You just have to find out a little bit more on that. But we want to get back into this fight here between you and Derek Chisora, because like I said, it's like a really important fight there in the heavyweight division. There's been a lot of activity in the heavyweight division, of course, here this year. Undisputed title fights, world title fights, contenders, and everything like that. So you having this bout here in February 8th, this could put you in a position to get yourself in line to fight some of those contenders out there. Because as I mentioned, for over the past year, there's been a lot of heavyweight fights that have taken place there within the top 10, 15 within the division, and we got to get you there in the mix. So how we gonna sort this out here after facing Derek Chisora?
Yeah, just taking care of business here is the first and foremost. It's my only focus right now, just to win this fight, and then hopefully I win. We move on to something bigger, and I'm gonna be in a very good position if I win this fight. So now for the next 10 weeks, I just gotta put my head down, put the work in, and get the victory.
Gotcha. Now, before we kind of close this out, you said something there as far as like having that experience there in the UK. Do you like have any type of timetable as far as like working over stateside and then saying what, all right, now we're gonna get ready to go over to the UK, get adjusted to the time there, because it's about about 6.5, 7 hour flight at least from where I'm at there in the DC area. So and you still got to deal with that type of time difference. So like you have that kind of planned out.
Yeah, we do. We have a lot of experience with that now, and the time difference is 5 hours, so it won't be a problem for me. I will head out there probably maybe Sunday before the fight or something like that, and we'll be all set. I'm gonna start adjusting my sleeping schedule here before I leave, and then when we get there, we got a good plan. So when I was in Saudi, I think there was 8 hours time difference, and we handled that really good. And before that, we were in Turkey, which was 7 hours. So we have good experience with it, and we always have a good plan how to manage it.
Yeah, gotcha. Like, I mean, I was over the UK one time, and that like had me, pretty much thrown off there a little bit. But you've been, like I said, over UK and Saudi and all that type of stuff. So hey, it ain't no problem there for you, man. But yeah, that's what we got here. Big thanks for you taking the time here to speak with us here in the Boxing Source, and we're gonna see if we can catch up with you here before you have your bout February 8th against Derek Chisora in Manchester.
For sure. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, no problem.
All right, thank you.